Welcome back to Utility Sports, and we have big news here in the NFL. One of the premier pass rushers that was available at the trade deadline has been moved. Talking about the Chicago Bears trading star pass rusher Robert Quinn, as Ian Rappaport is reporting here on his own personal Twitter. Make sure to go give him a follow. He says that the Bears are trading him to the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles come into this week undefeated. They've been so awesome through their first 6 games of the season, and they add a very talented pass rusher into the mix on what is probably the favorite in the NFC right now. They get richer, bringing in a very talented pass rusher who a year ago had 18.5 sacks and can most definitely help this team get after the quarterback, which is one of the biggest areas that I think Philadelphia still needed to improve. There was a lot of discussions about them potentially making a move for Brian Burns of the Carolina Panthers. Of course, nothing actually has come to fruition there. But at this point in time, they are undefeated and adding to their team even more talent. Of course, Robert Quinn, he's been all over the place lately, came into Chicago, and it was a short tenure there. Obviously, the Bears are not at the spot where they would like to have been. They could definitely look to improve through the draft and kind of rebuild this team. We're not exactly sure what the compensation is up to this point. The news did just break, but it is a blockbuster trade according to Ian Rappaport and Mike Garafolo. The Bears trading Robert Quinn to Philadelphia. Again, Eagles fans, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this trade, because I think this is a massive deal and really indicates that Howie Roseman is drinking the Kool-Aid as well, like he should be, that this team probably has enough talent to make a deep run in the playoffs this year. And I would believe it as well. They've been so good this season. Jalen Hurts looks like the real deal at quarterback. They've been able to move the football consistently. Their defense has really stepped up. They've pretty much outplayed every single team that they faced. And obviously you would say so with an undefeated record, but it's not even like they've been, stealing games at the end. They've just been comfortably winning a lot of these games. You think back to early in the season, they put up a ton of points week 1. Week 3 against the Vikings, I think, was a really good kind of litmus test for what this team is, as well, with how well they played that week. Of course, Darius Slay really popped off in that one. And I think the only thing that you could have really circled was the pass rush. Can they get there a little bit quicker? Do they have enough pieces, especially if they were to sustain an injury? Well, Robert Quinn's your insurance for that, and definitely is a really good move for them. Again, I'm trying to see here if there is any update on compensation. At this point, we're not seeing anything, but Robert Quinn on the move. And actually, funny enough, Roquan Smith was in an interview when Robert Quinn got traded and was actually not happy about it. Roquan Smith clearly not happy that Robert Quinn is no longer on the team. Funny enough, here you can see Roquan right in the background with his fellow captain here, Robert Quinn. And here's the deal. Wow, Eagles are sending a 4th-round pick to Chicago, according to Adam Schefter. So let's get that pulled up on the screen right now for you. Again, Adam Schefter here adding into the reporting that a 4th-round pick is the compensation for Robert Quinn's services. Definitely a big move and one that, we thought was coming. I thought Robert Quinn was going to get traded. I made a video thing highlighting how Robert Quinn was probably available and for the right price that a deal could get done. Well, here's the right price, and you can understand here from Philly's perspective why they would make something like this happen. The Philadelphia Eagles, again, they needed a pass rush. They were probably exploring around Brian Burns. There was supposedly an offer on the table from some mystery team in the NFL. My thought is it's Philadelphia, of 2 first-round picks for Brian Burns. Ultimately, Carolina did not take that, even though I think if I was running the Panthers, I would have. Burns is a very good, talented young player, but 2 first-round picks for a defensive player is very steep. And now instead, I think the Eagles here opt to go 4th-round pick for a veteran, someone who has been productive in his career. Again, a ton of sacks in his time in the NFL, 18.5 of them came last year. He's a good player, and the Eagles just got a lot deeper, and they got a lot more talented up front as well. Robert Quinn, we could see him make an immediate impact for this team. That's one of the beauties about adding a pass rusher here. Typically, you don't have to worry as much about them learning the defensive playbook. Obviously, they'll have to learn certain stunt concepts, especially if you're trying to get them unimpeded to the quarterback in certain situations. There's obviously stuff that they need to know in terms of schematics, but it's quite frankly a battle of, hey, I'm better than you, I'm going to get after the quarterback for most of the snaps throughout the game. Obviously, not all of them, but it's a lot easier to get an edge up to speed than it is, say, a wide receiver or a running back or a linebacker, even to that matter, because Robert Quinn, he's going to have a good understanding of, hey, they're bringing me in here to get after the quarterback, and that's exactly what he's going to try and do. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this trade. I'd probably give this an A for the Eagles just because they're going after it. 4th round pick, maybe a little rich for how old Quinn is, but based on the production, it makes sense to me. So I don't have a problem with it. And from Chicago's perspective, I'm going to give this a B+, maybe an A-, because again, they weren't heading anywhere. This is basically free value for them. If you look at it that way, and I think Robert Quinn, getting him out the door, it hurts. Obviously, they take a step back this season, but they're not in a spot to win, quite frankly, and they need to really retool, rebuild up their asset pool, and then make some moves from there. So I don't mind this from Chicago's perspective. I think this is a win-win trade. Makes sense for the direction of both of these franchises right now. And I think that Chicago turn their eyes to the future, and Philadelphia tries to win the Super Bowl this year. We'll see if they can get it done. Thanks everyone for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy today's video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe as well for more, and we'll catch you in the very next Utility Sports video.